Hey guys, here's an angle of the Chad Prather Show you rarely get to see. That is, unless you are subscribed to Blaze TV and you are getting my overtime segments. You can do it by going to blazetv.com/Chad. Use promo code Chad and save on an annual subscription, and you'll be able to see this every single week. Let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, it seems as if the state of Iowa got tired of Pennsylvania getting all the credit when it comes to the stoppage of home invasions. We've talked a couple of different times on this program about people in Philadelphia, ironically named the city of brotherly love, just laying down fire at people trying to rob them. Well, let's shift geographical locations for another verse, same as the first, shall we? According to a Blaze article from a few days ago, an Iowa homeowner grabbed his gun after strange noises woke him up in the middle of the night Thursday of last week, after which he saw an intruder breaking through one of the windows in his home, and he opened fire, shooting the intruder several times. Apparently, the person in question survived and was taken to the hospital with multiple wounds. Now, that qualifies, as always, to be a great, good news story for our Fridays. And why? Not because someone got shot, but because someone protected his home and his property and did so under the protective auspices of a Constitution we absolutely should not be leaving behind in the dust, no matter what the gun control advocates say. Now, I want you to picture for a moment that the same situation, but a homeowner who has no gun, all right? There's no time to call the police and hope that they show up in time. This dude is already halfway through your window. There's no talking the guy out of whatever nefarious shit he's about to do to you. And, oh, by the way, if the criminal has a gun and you don't, well, I hope you said your prayers before bed, because it's fairly likely that you will be meeting Jesus soon, and he's going to want to know why you weren't armed. Funny, isn't it, how these stories of people shooting home invaders and would-be robbers just doesn't seem to make the mainstream news, does it? Do you ever notice that? Seems like the only way we ever even hear about them is when someone like The Blaze comes along and publishes that. Now, why? It's almost as if the narrative that the mainstream media wants to push wouldn't be well served by a story of someone using their guns for precisely the purpose for which they exist and are protected in the Constitution. Now, would that be logical in your mind? You see, conservatives made a big mistake in past decades by giving off the impression to the left that guns were protected because people needed to be able to hunt food. No, people need to be able to shoot a person coming through their window when the time comes. People need to be able to protect themselves and their families when either a bandito or a tyrannical member of an evil governmental regime comes after them. And yes, I know those two terms are almost descriptors for the exact same thing. Kind of my point. Now, if you don't think that guns should exist, here's a great idea for you. Don't have them. They don't have to exist in your home. It's that simple. Don't buy any. Don't learn how to use them. Keep them as far away from you as you want. But don't come crying to the rest of us when you get waylaid by somebody who lives in the real world that's red in tooth and claw. And whatever you do, don't try to take my guns away, because I do live in that world, and I do take it seriously. And if some asshole comes climbing through my window in the middle of the night and fixing to do me harm or take my stuff, well, I hope he just got right with Jesus, because about to see him very soon. Happy Friday, y'all. Love you. God bless you. See you next week.